That's interesting. They're not just collecting data, they are selling me throughout the quiz. In this episode of The Edge, we're going to pull back the curtain on a massive player in the diet space, Noom.com. Hey guys, this is Jason with AdSkills.com, and I'm really excited to jump in and start pulling back some layers of the onion here. So let's jump on over to their website. First thing I notice when I come here is that this website is very simple. Almost everything is above the fold. When I go to scroll, there really is no scrolling. There's the footer menu with some links here, not a lot going on here. There's a call to action there, and boom, a big bold headline, very simple, not even a subheader. A healthier you wherever you are. And this beautiful picture of a really tasting looking bowl of oatmeal. Actually, that really does look tasty. So, it's deceptively simple though. Real quick, let's just touch on this. What is Noom? How does it work? And what do they even do? So I was kind of curious about that. I knew it was something to do with weight loss, but I actually went to their About page here. And it seems like they really focused on psychology, right? So they're talking about cognitive behavioral therapy to help people build sustainable habits. And they have technology to support that, I'm assuming through their apps and website. And they actually have human coaching. Noom users are matched up with our team of human coaches to guide them along their path, right? So, I mean, if you are trying to lose weight, this is something that can be a very difficult journey. So I think this is a really cool touch that they actually add in human coaching. So that's Noom's approach to weight loss. The thing I discovered about Noom, and I think you're going to find this very, very interesting, is they are all about that quiz. They're all about some quiz. They actually have what I would call probably the longest quiz I've ever seen marketed from a company on this level. It is a long quiz, and it's the main feature of their marketing. We're going to see it everywhere. We might as well just go ahead and click on there. I think that's the main point of their website, is to get you to take this quiz. Oh well. I'm not going to go all the way through it. Noom won't let me through here. I don't know how they determine that. I've tried to fill this out several times, but we get the point that this is just a really, really long quiz. You see the progress bar up here. It's a long one, so they're collecting a ton of data. I'd be interested to know the cost per lead that they have on this, because by the time they get through it, they've got a lot of data on you. They're not going to let me finish the quiz. Maybe you can go in there and try and have a look at this, but for some reason they're determining I have an eating disorder. I think it's because I've tried to fill this out several times and I'm just putting in bogus information. But anyways, you get the point here. Look at the progress. It's a long quiz. I'm barely making any progress here. It is going to be a long one. So you get the point. Guys, before we go any further, I want to thank the sponsor of this episode of The Edge, VisiOpt.com. Make sure you go on over, check out their website. VisiOpt is breakthrough technology that is on the cutting edge of conversion rate optimization. I'm a user. I love VisiOpt. Make sure you go check them out and go check out their case studies, VisiOpt.com. Let's go on over to SimilarWeb.com. As you can see here, this is a pretty big company. They're estimating anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 employees, headquartered in New York, over 200 million, up to possibly 500 million in revenue. The interesting thing is that they've been around since 2008. They've only really recently came on my radar, so I feel like they're making a big marketing push with this whole quiz funnel. 400 million visitors per month, skews more towards female, 25 to 34, their largest demographic. And this chart looks a little different than what I've been seeing lately amongst other advertisers. Of course, their direct is really big, organic search coming in at 15%, but paid search almost 27%. I don't think I've seen any quite that high on my episodes of The Edge thus far. And their display is actually pretty high too from what I've been seeing. It's over 8%. Let's go ahead and jump over to SEMrush. All right, their organic search traffic over 363,000. Paid search traffic, almost 100K. So yeah, they are really pushing hard on paid search. And they've got almost 3.4 million backlinks. All right, let's take a look at their top organic keywords. So when I look at their organic keywords, I see a lot of volume from branded terms. I mean, look at this. Noom, 165,000 searches per month. So what that tells me is they're driving a ton of brand awareness, which is driving a ton of search. And then just other variations, Noom weight loss, Noom cost, Noom login. So a lot of people just looking to go log in. How much is Noom, right? So it's all Noom, Noom, Noom. Noom, 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 noom. Lots of Noom here. Dang, 500, almost 500 pages of organic search. It's all Noom, Noom, Noom. Whew, whew. All right. Wow. Okay. On the fourth page in, I'm finally starting to see some other terms that aren't just the brand terms. Noom, banana calories. I mean, this is a really good term here. This is 90,000 on the volume. And they're coming in 35th position, but at first glance, I didn't think these guys had a blog, but they actually do. Sometimes you can find these hidden blogs that are just they're on a subdomain. That's a pretty short little article. I mean, I guess there's not much to say about it. How many calories are in a banana? You tell them a little bit of extra information about the nutritional facts, but I guess other than that, that's probably what people are looking for. And then they've got their call to action to their quiz here. It's a short blog post, but I think it's appropriate though, because it seems like that's what the user would want to know. So these guys do have a blog. Interesting. Wow, okay. Chicken breast calories are coming up a little higher for that. Now we're back into the Noom, Noom, Noom. Noom, 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 Noom. Okay. McDonald's hash brown calories. So they're doing a lot of blog posts around calories. This has got 5,400. They're actually coming up, should be on the first page here, number 9. 1,400 calorie meal plan. They're coming up number 8. So right off the bat, it just doesn't jump out to me looking at the tools that they're just absolutely dominating SEO, but they've got some SEO going on. And I see some of these where they're coming up on the top page. So I'm having to do a lot of scrolling through here. So I see they're actively working on their SEO. They have a blog. It looks like they definitely do have an SEO plan. Let's go ahead and just open up one more blog post. I'm curious what they're doing here. Just want to see. A 1,400 calorie meal plan. Can you lose weight without feeling hungry? They're targeting their customers, that's for sure. This was fairly recently updated. Oh yeah, so this is a pretty more extensive blog post here. And they had their call to action in there. Boom, call to action again. So that's a pretty strong blog post. Now let's go back and see what they've got going on with paid search. Boom, they're bidding on their branded term. Let's just double check. Nice big old branded search block there, looking great. Other people coming up under them, somebody squeezed in there. Interesting thing is I don't see much going on this Google search results page as far as ratings. I see this US News Health. Oh wait, here we go. Wow, I'm actually stunned. I was going to say I didn't see any reviews, but I scroll down a little bit lower here. I mean, this is really good for these guys. Look at this. On the Google Play Store, they've got over 300,000 reviews, 4.1. That's not too bad. Just look right below here at Apple. I mean, dang, they're closing in on 1 million reviews, and it's a 4.7. I mean, that's huge, right? Because when people see your advertising, they hear about you, they want to see these reviews. It would be nice for these guys if this was just way up higher in the results. You know, a lot of people, we could talk about reputation management where it's an emergency, they need to fix it. It's kind of just making them look bad, making them lose business. But these guys, I mean, I wasn't expecting this. That's just incredible. I mean, this bears a lot of weight, no pun intended, in the decision making of the consumer, right? You hear about Noom, you research it a little bit. The next thing you want to know, is this thing legit? Is this going to work? If you Google it and you're seeing 1,000 reviews and the average review is like a 2.2, they probably lost you as a customer. But when they Google you and they see this is over 1 million collectively right here, right in iShot right here. So, and almost a 4.7 on that volume of reviews. I think they pretty much, if someone's considering it, they probably just sealed the deal right there. I think this stuff is just super important. All right. So we're just going to look at some of the keywords they're bidding on. Calorie intake calculator, meal prep for weight loss, best way to lose weight. Lots of volume on these terms. Of course, they're bidding on their brand terms, diets for weight loss apps, metabolic confusion, how to lose weight. Now it kind of makes sense when we look back over here and we see that paid search traffic on the search engines, almost 30% of their traffic. You can kind of see why when you look at this. I went ahead and opened a few of these links, and needless to say, I mean, we could have guessed this. They're sending you right to that quiz. And here's the first window. Let me try to take this quiz. See if they block me out. Interesting. This is pretty interactive. All right, they're selling me right here. 78% of participants using Noom lost weight over a 6-month study. This is really nice. It's interesting. They're kind of just selling me in the middle of a quiz. Sticking to a plan can be hard. Noom makes it easy. Boom, testimonial. And telling me what kind of results I can expect with Noom. So that's interesting. They're not just collecting data. They are selling me throughout the quiz. In marketing, we tend to think too that there's this power of micro commitments, right? So once I've made it this far into the quiz, I'm just going to want to keep seeing what's on the next page. I bet this is something they've tested quite a bit. Wow. Based on your answers, you're a candidate for Noom Med. As a Noom Med member, you'll be able to do all of the following. Oh, wow. So they're selling a Noom Med product. Okay. Still selling me here. They're giving me a prediction of when I might be able to hit my weight loss goal. Continue. This is pretty interesting. I'm not going to spend the whole video going through this. I encourage you guys to go on their site and look through their quiz because there's a lot going on here. When I think of quiz, I'm thinking, wow, you're collecting a lot of data. You're getting them to answer a lot of questions, thereby getting their data. So Noom is doing that. They're getting you to answer questions, but it's all for the idea that they're customizing a plan and making custom recommendations. But what's jumping out to me is that they're actually selling you on Noom as you go. So you'll be filling out the questions, and then all of a sudden there will be a screen with an interactive chart, maybe a testimonial, some reinforcement on how Noom can help you. They're even making predictions of when you'll lose weight based on the information that you've entered. This isn't the type of quiz that you're going to easily create with some type of out-of-the-box software. This looks really custom, but there's a lot of psychology going on here, so this is pretty cool. I'm beginning to see that this is the main lever in their paid marketing campaigns. It's really cool, but I'm not going to go through all this. It might take, we don't want this to turn into like a 3-hour video of me just going through this quiz, right? So all of these terms are going to take you to that quiz. Next, let's jump into AdBeat. Okay, wow. YouTube is leading the pack in a big way. Almost $2 million recorded in spend. I'm betting that's even a lot higher than AdBeat's able to record. Google Display, almost 400K there. They went huge in July. Maybe there's a big seasonality factor involved here. Let's take a quick look at some of their ads.
This is how she started losing weight.
My name is Debbie, and with Noom, I've lost 130 pounds.
Okay, I've got some commentary here. If you've been working with the ad networks for any length of time, you will know that they typically do not like you to show before and afters. But here's Noom, right off the bat showing those before and afters that are super effective. It's interesting, right? They don't want you to use before and afters, yet they're super, super effective. But how is Noom able to do that? This is where I have a little commentary. If you're a small advertiser and let's say you start running Facebook ads or Google ads, if you just try to make a claim about weight loss, or if you come in with a before and after photo, you're going to get rejected by the AI right away. Then if you appeal it, the human's going to reject it. Who knows? Maybe on Facebook you even get your ad account shut down. And really, I would just chalk this up to Noom establishing themselves as a big enterprise company, making sure that their compliance and their messaging all the way around as a company is on point, and establishing these high level relationships with ad networks. I know that's frustrating to smaller advertisers, but this is just a trend that I've noticed over time, that the ad networks will say one thing that you can't do, and then you'll see a celebrity or a celebrity driven company coming in doing all the things you wish you could do. So just wanted to point that out. I mean, this is a great ad, but we can't necessarily always just swipe things that we see from larger companies, because if you're a smaller fish in the pond, you just will face those ad account rejections.
I worked out every day for a year and just lost 10 pounds. I've been doing Noom and I've already lost 14 pounds.
Here's why you can't outrun a bad doctor.
So before and after, followed by another testimonial. This is interesting. Here's why you can't outrun a bad diet, right? So someone just out there just exerting themselves running, burning 100 calories, and then you eat one banana, that's 100 calories. Man, that just... Isn't that frustrating when you get on that treadmill machine and you're just like drenched in sweat and you're like, wow, I burned 100 calories. And then you look at the wrapper of some food, you're like, wow, I just ate 500 calories. The pain, the agony. It's no fun. So, okay.
Exercise is important for health. But most people overestimate the calories they burn, and crazy workouts just aren't sustainable for weight loss. What's her secret?
Noom was created by a psychologist to make weight loss easier. No crazy workouts. No food is forbidden. Keep the weight off.
I had a personal trainer that I worked out with.
Boom. So they're just hitting you with before and afters, testimonials. They're teaching you these concepts that when you see it, you're like, yeah, I know that's true, right? So they're just bombarding you with a lot. But again, disclaimer, you come in as a smaller advertiser running a weight loss offer on YouTube, on Google, you're just not going to be able to get away with this type of advertising. I think this is a great ad. It's just one of those things that you have to deal with in certain industries. I mean, really just wrangling compliance is a big part of running ads online. Here's a Google display ad. Lose weight on your terms with Noom, backed by psychology developed with your lifestyle in mind. Join 500,000 people learning to push past plateaus and build positive, long-lasting eating habits. And again, I would say that Noom overall is compliant as a company, right? They're not just selling you some type of fad, like take this magic pill and you're going to lose weight. What their company's doing is just having you do things the right way. You have to live a healthy lifestyle. A lot of this is mental. This is something that you need to commit to and let play out over time. So as a whole, I can tell that their company has legitimate messaging, right? So that's another thing I think helps them compliantly run ads. Okay, here's another ad that I thought was really cool. Here's why he wasn't losing weight. Let's watch the beginning of this one.
Here's why he wasn't losing weight.
Being a doctor, I was constantly eating unhealthy food at work. I stumbled on Noom 5 months ago, and since then I've lost 72 pounds. I couldn't believe that as a doctor I had that much to learn about my own body.
That's a pretty powerful statement. I couldn't believe as a doctor I had that much to learn about my own body, I think he said, right? So that's showing you a very interesting dynamic, right? That even a doctor needs help. So if a doctor who's trained in treating the body needs help, then most likely you do as well, right? So that was a very powerful opener there. All right, let's jump on over to Social Blade. When I come into Social Blade, I see that their YouTube isn't huge for a company like this. They've got about 27K subscribers. If I look at their Instagram, though, it's actually much larger, over 660,000 followers. So I look them up on YouTube. I see a bunch of YouTubers talking about Noom, lots of people reviewing Noom. When I see a lot of stuff like this, that makes me just, without really looking any further, it makes me think, I bet they have an affiliate program, because if they didn't, people probably wouldn't be making those kind of videos. And I just Googled them real quick, and sure enough, Noom affiliate program. Someone's talking about it on their website right here. So when you come here, it's at loriballen.com, and it's going to tell you their payouts. Affiliates are paid up to $15 per new user trial. Affiliates are paid $30 per new user sale, regardless of cost of the program, and then further details about the program. So that's usually just a dead giveaway, right? If all these people are talking about Noom, they're probably trying to make affiliate commissions on it. So when I look on their YouTube channel, the first thing I notice here is they've put all their commercials on the top row there. Next row, Noom partners share their stories and tips using Noom. So these are testimonials before and afters. Interesting they call them partners. Maybe these are people who are influencers helping to market. I don't know, but interesting that they chose the word partners. Sounds like some type of disclosure, right? And that's another thing, another little tidbit here. When you are marketing online, you need to stay compliant, not just for the ad networks, but for the Federal Trade Commission. So sometimes these little tidbits of language jump out to me and says, they're disclosing something here. And last but not least, let's take a look in the meta ad library. This is how Noom saved my life. They focus on teaching sustainable eating habits and empowering you to make smarter choices. No more guilt trips or counting calories. Just simple, effective strategies that fit your lifestyle. Again, I keep going back to this, but they just have compliant messaging, right? They're not promising you're going to lose all this weight by, in 5 days or something like that. This is overall, seems like a very compliant company. Very short copy here. Take this 5-minute quiz. This is an ad for their medical assisted weight loss. And when you click these ads, you will come to their quiz. Everything leads to the quiz. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Edge, this breakdown of Noom.com, because I enjoyed bringing it to you. This is Jason signing off, and I will see you in the next episode of The Edge.